All right, so I welcome you all to this webinar, which is going to focus on building a career as a software engineer. So I'll be introducing myself shortly, then what is software engineering, engineering development life cycle, why you should learn software engineering, the skills that are needed, some examples, and how 365 can help. Then if you have questions, I'm going to take them. So a little about me. So my name is Valela Jumoke. I'm the lead trainer at Tech365. And Tech365 is one of the leading IT training companies in Nigeria. So I'm a graduate of computer science and an alumnus of data science from MIT. Um, I have over a decade experience in DevOps, data science, and software engineering. So about the company, which is Tech365, um, we're a training center that is dedicated to equipping individuals and organizations with cutting-edge skill to excel in digital economy. So we offer comprehensive, beginner-friendly, and practical training that is designed to transform participants into proficient professionals in various tech domains. So we build community of skilled professionals that can take on challenges and become globally relevant. So what is software engineering? So I want to hear from you. What do you understand by software engineering? You can respond verbally or you can drop a chat on what you understand by software engineering. There's no wrong answer, it's just to know what you know already. Anybody? What is software engineering? You can drop a chat, you can respond verbally. Anyone? All right, so I'll move on. But I believe you can hear me. You can respond in the chat so that I'm sure you are hearing. You can hear what I'm saying. So what is okay, building software to solve challenging problems. Oh, thank you very much. All right, that's a good one. Okay, let's move on. So software engineering is a branch of computer science. So computer science is broad. So one of the branch is software engineering. And this software engineering branch, it's focused on systematic design, development, testing, deployment, and maintenance of software application. So software engineering uses engineering principles to ensure software is reliable. So when engineers build things, they always focus on ensure that it is reliable. If you bought a plane, you should be confident that you will not, it will not crash. If you are on a very high bridge, you should be confident that your car will not, enter into the ocean. So engineers ensure that things are reliable, that it is efficient, it is scalable, and it meets user requirement. So as a software engineer, your goal is to ensure that when you are building software, it meets the requirements of the organization or of the customer, depending on who you are building it for. So that's what software engineering is about. It's about systematic design, development, testing, deployment, and maintenance of software application. And it uses engineering principles. So we have software development lifecycle. So it means that what are the process that is followed when building software? Step one, planning. So you don't just start writing code, you have to plan. So when they want to build Facebook, YouTube, or any other platform, they first of all plan and say, what do you want to be? You want to be the social network that millions of people can use. So they have to plan how they will execute it. Then second step is analysis. So after you have planned what you want to do, you now need to analyze them. After you have analyzed them, then you can now start designing them. After you have designed, then you have to implement what has been designed. Then after implementing it, then you test the software and you do integration. Then after you are done, you now do maintenance of the software. So requirement analysis, you analyze what is required, you plan the architecture of it, and you design the user interface. Then you write the code of the software. Then you test it to be sure that it's working as expected. You deploy it so that people can access it uh, on the internet. Then you keep updating it in case there is error or people complain, you fix whatever they are complaining about. I'm sure you have downloaded app from Play Store before, and people will complain that the app is crashing, different things. So they keep fixing those, feedback, those error. Okay. So now the next point will be people involved in software delivery process. Like I said, there are different stages involved in software development. Now, I'm looking beyond the software developer now. What are the people, who are the people involved? So that means if you want to build software, the first point will be product owner or product manager. When I say product owner, I don't mean the owner of the company. The owner of the company might be Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk or whoever is owner of the company. But the product owner is somebody that is hired to plan the product. So it's different from the company, the owner of the company. So the person is called product owner or product manager. Please give me just 1 minute, just 1 minute. All right, apologies. We can move on now. So, like I was trying to explain, the product owner is somebody that is in charge of the product, the software that is about to be built, not the person that owns the company, except that person wants to act as the product owner. So that means the company need to hire the product owner or product manager. Then the product owner or manager will be the one that will envision the product, research about what the customer wants, so that when they create the product, it will be something they want, not wasting resources and energy. And at the end of the day, it's not what the people want. So the person will ensure it meets the need of the people. They will research, they will interview people, they will find out what people want, how they want it. Then project manager, this is product manager. It's different from project manager. Project manager is the one that will determine how long it's going to take to build the software. Who are the people that will be required? What are the risks that will be involved? What will be the expected outcome? What will be the cost? What will be the scope? So that will be the work of the project manager. And the project manager will work hand in hand with the product owner. Then we have solution architect who will plan what infrastructure will be used, how it will be deployed, what programming language will be used, how the feature will, be developed and how they will interact with each other. It will be designed by the solution architect. He will not write the code. He will just design the structure. It's like architects that build house. They don't put the block together. They only design the house. it is somebody else that will now be putting the block together. So project manager for building a house would be someone that will say, okay, this house, you want a three-story building, um, this number of this number of that, okay, that will cost this amount of money, and it take you this amount of period to finish it. So that will be me relating it to building a house. Then UI UX design or the product designer, they are the one that will now have a physical design of that product. Let me see if I can give you an example of such. So let's say we have um okay, something like this. Just a minute. So something like this. I believe you can see it. Okay, it's not that clear. Um, just a minute. Let me look for a clearer picture. So this is a mobile app, but the product doesn't have to be mobile app. It can be a web application as well. So let me do for web. Okay, so something like this. Okay, still not sharp as well. Okay, the sizes are small, but let me just show you. At least you will get the concept. So this is what I mean by UI UX design. So if I click on this one, okay, I think this is bigger now. So this is how it's going to be designed. The color combination, the arrangement, all this will be done by UI UX design. So then this is the other pages. So this is work of the UI UX design. So back to the slide. So when the UI UX design have done it, the way I show you now, the front-end developer will now start coding it to look like the way the UI UX have designed it. If they want to build the house, they will have a prototype, like a picture of the house. So that's not the house. But those that want to build the house, we know that this is what we're supposed to follow. At the end of the day, this is what we should have. So the UI UX design or the product designer must have designed it like I showed you just now. So the front-end developer will now start writing the code that will bring out that same result. And after the front-end developer had done, it will not be functional, but at least it will be interactive. It will be clickable. Then the back-end person will now be the one that will write the logic that will make it to function. So you can now register on the website, you can log in, you can post, you can make order, you can make payment, depending on what the software is all about. Then we now have software tester who will test and be sure that everything works the way it's supposed to work. Then we have the cloud and the DevOps engineer who will now upload the software to the cloud, to a server somewhere, like a big computer, for people to access it like you're accessing google.com, facebook.com, youtube.com. So that's the work of the cloud and DevOps engineer. Then we have digital marketer who will now start advertising the platform for people to register and use it. Like there's one that is very popular these days, Temu. They are everywhere with their adverts. So it's the work of digital marketer to now let people know about the software so that they can patronize the company. So these are different people involved. You can see that it's not just one person that does the work. So why do you need to learn software engineering? Software engineering is one of the most in-demand professions globally. So there are many tech skills globally, but one that is in high demand is software engineering. So learning it, you are learning a skill that is globally in demand. So even if you travel to any country, software engineers are in demand. Business across industry requires skill of software engineer. So you're not just working in one industry. You can work in finance, you can work in health sector, tourism, um, agri sector, real estate sector, almost any sector. Competitive salary. So software engineers are well paid globally. So that may be a plus for you if you have the knowledge. So what area can you specialize in if you go for software engineering? You can become front-end engineer and you are working as a front-end engineer full-time. You can work as a back-end engineer full-time. You can work as a DevOps engineer, as a solution architect, as technical project manager, as cloud engineer, or as a software engineer. So you can see different career options you have. So you can choose any of these at the end of the day after learning about software engineering. We are already done with the data analytics part for those that are joining up for data analytics. So we are on software engineering part. So these are the diverse career paths for you as a software engineer. So why should you learn software engineering? Like I said, they are in demand globally. And you can also work remotely. You can apply for remote jobs. Like some of there are several people I've recommended for remote jobs. Um, they are in Nigeria here, but they are working for company outside Nigeria, and they are well paid. So some are even you can get paid in dollars and you convert it to naira. Software engineer, their knowledge they have complementary skill. So meaning that they can work with data scientists, they can work with those that are in AI, they can work with digital marketer, they can work with those that are in cyber security. So they are flexible as a software engineer. Now, if you don't want to even look for a job, you don't want to work for anyone as a software engineer, you can be on your own. You can build your own apps and sell it. You can build a website that people can, be using. You can start your own software company. So you are not limited to just looking for a job. If you don't like to look for a job, you can work on your own. So what are the tools you need as a software engineer? So these are the tools you will be taught if you are enrolling for our software engineering. You will learn HTML, you learn CSS, you learn Tailwind, you learn JavaScript, you learn React, you learn Python, you learn Django, you learn Linux, you learn Visual Studio Code, GitHub, Git, Django REST Framework, you learn MySQL, you learn Docker, you learn Terraform, Ansible, Jenkins, um, Kubernetes, cloud computing, um, you learn security, you learn monitoring. So these are different tools. There are many. And that's why the training is about 8 months to 1 year. So it's not something you can learn within a short time. It will take time because you are combining several career. You are combining cloud engineering with solution architect, with DevOps engineering, with front-end engineering, back-end engineering, full stack engineering, software engineering. So you are combining multiple career into one as a um, as a software engineer. Now, if you don't want to go through all of this, you feel these are a lot for you to cover, you can focus on front-end engineering alone. You can focus on front-end development. So for front-end, you just learn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So only these 5 is what you need for front-end. So in case these ones are overwhelming for you, so you can just learn these 5. Within 2 months, you can learn these 5. If you want to focus on backend, you don't want to learn everything, you just want to do backend, you can focus on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can focus on these 5 for backend engineering. So in backend, you can use Python and Django, or Node.js and Express, or PHP and Laravel, or C# and .NET, or Java and Spring. Those are the popular language. But we are adopting Python and Django because Python is becoming popular due to artificial intelligence. Everybody say AI, AI, AI. So Python is one of the popular programming language for building AI. So that's why we feel that if you know it, even if tomorrow you want to move into AI, data science, robotics, um, cybersecurity, your knowledge of Python will still be useful to you. So that's why we're adopting Python. But if you don't want Python, we teach other languages as well. So that's what you can focus on if you prefer to specialize on backend alone. But if you're saying that, oh, I don't want to be writing software, I just want to be a cloud engineer or a DevOps engineer, then you focus on the ones at the bottom here. So the one at the bottom is the cloud and DevOps engineering part. But if you go for software engineer, you will learn everything together. All right, let's move on. So what are live example of what you'll be able to do as a software engineer? So there are different software you'll be able to build. So example, you'll be able to do something like software as a service. You'll be able to create a software that people can subscribe to access. They will pay to subscribe for it. So let me give you an example. So this is an example of a software. So this is a learning management system where people can learn a particular course. So these are different courses. So you can build something like this where you can sell courses. So example, let me go for this one. So if I click on this, so you see information about the course, the price. These ones are recorded courses. So people can click add to cart or you can buy now. You can click here to watch preview of the course. So they can click on play and it will start playing. So you can create something like this at the end of the training. Or you can build an e-commerce platform, something like Jumia. So with the training, you'll be able to build something like this. So that will have different products that people can buy. So you can click on any of the products you are interested in. You will see the price, you add to cart, just like the one I showed you earlier, where you buy a particular course and you add to cart. So you can build something like this. So apart from this, you can build a job platform like Jobberman. So you can build something like this where people can post job. They can register, they can log in, they can post job. So you can build a platform like this where people can apply for jobs. So if I click on post a job, so it asks me to register before I can post a job. And you can add different features to it. So you can add different features to the software. So apart from that, you can build real estate platform. You can build hospital management software where so hospital can manage their patients. They will have record of what they are diagnosed for, if they are owing them, how much they are owing, all those information are there. So that when the patients come, you don't have to be carrying file up and down. The hospital can just go to the website and just enter the detail of the patient and it will bring out the record of the patient and so on. So these are just examples. You can create hotel management system that hotel can use to be managing those that lodge in the hotel. They will make payments and everything will be automated. You can use it for courier service where people can deliver goods to another person. So it can be something like that. So it's broad. There's no limit to what you can do. It depends on your area of interest. So these are different software you can build with your knowledge of software engineering. Sorry. So what are the earning potential? So as a software engineer, how much can you earn? So as a front-end developer, you can earn between $80,000 to $130,000 per year as a front-end developer. As a back-end, you can earn between $90,000 to $140,000. As a full-stack developer, you can earn between $100,000 to $150,000. As a mobile app developer, you can earn between 18 to 130. As a DevOps engineer, between 110 to 160. As a cloud engineer, between 120 to 180. As a solution architect, between 140 to $200,000 and above. As an AI or machine learning engineer, between 130 to $200,000. Cybersecurity engineer, between 110 to 180. So I've said it earlier that as a software engineer, you can work as front end, back end, full stack, DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, solution architect. So these are areas you can work, and these are the potential earning you can have. So how does 365 help you to become software engineer? So we have a training that is designed to help you achieve this goal. And the training is beginner friendly. So we teach you step by step in a way that you can easily understand. Um, it is a project-based training. So it means that you build project from time to time. So let me show you an example of some of the projects our students built. So this is a movie platform where you can search for latest movie. So this is one of the latest movie. These are Senna. So for those that are movie individual, so these are movies. So you can search for any movie. So maybe it's Superman. So if I search for Superman and I click search, so to show you, you can search for any movie here. So this is one of the software that they built. There are several ones. We built e-commerce. Some of the ones I showed you, we built things like that in the course of the training. So software engineering, you build advanced projects like a platform where people can upload their CV and it will analyze the CV for them. Where people can sell products and make payments online. So there are a lot of software you'll be able to build in the course of the training. So we start from the basics. We make it beginner friendly for you. Then we build several projects. So you build, when you're done with HTML and CSS, you build user interface. When you're done with JavaScript, you build another one. When you're done with React, you build another one. That's the one I showed you just now. When you're done with Python, you build one. When you're done with Django, you build one. When you get to DevOps, you start building a pipeline, deployment of software, auto scaling, load balancing solution. So there are a lot of things you're going to learn in the course of the training. Then we give you excellent support. Whenever you have challenges or you are trying to do something and it's not working the way it's supposed to work, you can reach out to us, you can give us a call, you can send us an email, you can chat with us on WhatsApp. So this is one of our area of our strength. Because in some places, when you have problem, they will not have your time. We are not like that. We exist because we see that people don't have the skill that will get them that job that skill that is required at workplace. So that's why we create time to help people whenever they're having challenges. So while you're learning with us, we create time to help you when you're having when you're stuck or when you're having challenges. Even after learning from us, if you have challenge or question, you are always free to reach out to us. You also be in our mentoring group where you can collaborate with other learners like you. We provide career guidance, how to write CV, how to attend interview, how to um, structure your profile on LinkedIn. We'll give you a guide on all of that. We share job vacancy from time to time in the WhatsApp group for those that are done with the training, so you can apply for those jobs. We also provide recommendations. From time to time, company reach out to us and say, oh, we know that you train people on software engineering, on front end, on back end, on DevOps. Can you recommend some of your students? We've done that several times. In fact, um, this month, we still recommend some of our students for paid employment. So you can also apply for internship with MasterCard and other companies remotely. We offer certificate of completion. We offer both physical and online training. So if you're outside Nigeria, you can apply. Um, you can attend the training online. If you are a working class, you can attend on weekend. So if you are busy during the week. So we have several testimonials from our students. Um, okay, thank you. Thank you. So we have several testimonials from our students. So these are some of them. So you can see Tezila is a great place to start from novice to ninja. There is no wuru-wuru to the answer. The instructor takes you from simplest example to complex one, solving them as simple as it could be. For every challenge encounter, it becomes another learning curve for knowledge. I would definitely recommend 35 who wants solid background knowledge or career shift in IT. Thank you. So this is somebody that attended our training. I can see several other testimonials. Some of our students work in Sterling Bank, First Bank, Zenith Bank, Onitsha Merchant Bank, Globus Bank, Fincra, Bamboo, Leventis, Jumia, Unilever. Some of them work with UAC Foods, ARM, Asset Management, um, Stanbic, pensions. So there are several lists of them, which I cannot list all of them out, but these are some of the places where our students work. And these are a picture of how the classroom will be. So the classes are between 10 to like 20 people. So these are the physical class looks like. So these are how the physical class looks like. All right, so I'll be taking questions if you have any question from what we have covered so far. Is there an area that I did not cover that you want me to shed light on? Or I cover it, but I did not touch certain area, or we still have certain question about it. Do you have anybody like that? Emmanuel, Glory, do you have any question? Collins, any question?
Yes. Good evening, all. My name is Glory. I just want to understand that full stack engineering. You actually did not cover
All right.
that part.
All right. Thank you. Any other question apart from that one? Emmanuel, any question? Collins, any question?
Sir, I wrote something.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is the time really enough to cover all the area? The answer is yes. We've trained several people. And like I said, it is hands-on. It's not just teaching you theory like the gather textbooks, you are just reading. No, it's not like that. It's hands-on. So all of those tools will be covered. By the time you are done with the training, you should be able to tick all the boxes. It looks, huge and it looks overwhelming, but we take it step by step. You can go to Google and search for 35 review. Those reviews are not manipulated. It is people like you that give those reviews. And if you want to speak with some of them, I can give you their number. You call them to confirm and verify what I'm saying. I'm able to do this because they enjoy our training and they refer other people to us. And I'm sure that if you enroll for our training as well, you will be glad to refer people to us at the end of the training. So the time is enough to cover it. So I believe that answers your question.
So I also try to ask with the training, can a for instance, a non-computer engineer be able to build those interesting apps that you showed recently?
Yes, you will be able to. The only difference will be that if you don't have IT background, you will need to do more practice. So you need to do more practice. That will just be the difference. But will you know all those things that you need to know to be able to build all those things I mentioned? Yes. Because we even built some together in class. And the concept of software are transferable. Example, let's look at Facebook and YouTube or Facebook and Jumia. Facebook, you need to register and create an account. On Jumia, you need to register and create an account. Facebook, you post content that you want to share with people, and people can comment. On Jumia, you don't post, but you can leave a review, which is similar to comments. Review and comment, you can see that they are still similar to each other. Facebook have different users there. Jumia have different users as well. So you have your own account. You can see what you have ordered on Facebook. You can see all the things you have posted. So they are similar. So we'll build some of these robust solutions. We'll deploy them in the cloud on AWS because these are things you need to do in real world. So we do them. We create pipeline. When you update the code, it will go to the GitHub repository. Some of these things are technical, but by the time we get to the class, we break it down. So there's no enough time for me to start breaking it down the way we will have done in class, because this is like an hour session, but the class is a 1 year session. So you can see that there's a big difference. So you create a pipeline that when the code is updated, the pipeline will pull the code. It will test the code and build the software and create an image of the software. Then send that image to um, the server, which is AWS or Azure, depending on the server you are using. Then from there, to now deploy it on Kubernetes for it to go live and people can start accessing it. Now, let me give you some other interesting things you are going to learn. You will learn something called auto-scaling and load balancing. What does that mean? Have you ever visited a website and you see something like bandwidth exceeded, or maybe they are doing Black Friday and you are not able to access the website because there are too much traffic? Now, as a software engineer, you will learn what we call auto-scaling and load balancing. So what that means is that when there's too much traffic that are visiting that platform, additional copy of that software will be automatically created so that it can accommodate more people. So that's what we call auto-scaling. So it will scale. So if you have just 5 servers that are running, it will scale to 50 servers or as many as you want. Then when the Black Friday is over or the festive period sale is over and the traffic has gone down, it will shut down other extra servers so that you are not just incurring costs that are not necessary. So you learn how to do things like that. And the tools we are going to be teaching you can work across platforms. So whether you're using it on Azure, on AWS, it can work. So let me answer the question on full stack. So let me use this as an example. So this is our own platform, which is Tech365. This is our website. So this is the software engineering course we are talking about. So these are the tools you're going to learn: Ansible, algorithm, data structure, system design. So the training will be for 8 months. Then the remaining 4 months will be for you to build additional projects in addition to the ones we have covered for this 8 months, so that you can gain confidence. And while building them, we'll be giving you guidelines. So it's more like an internship sort of, where you are building them, you are reaching out for assistance, and we are putting you through. So the training will be 3 times in a week. So we're going to learn how to build things like a booking platform, AI platform where you can integrate AI. Maybe somebody submit their CV, the AI will analyze the CV and give the person feedback. You can build edutech platform where people can learn the management system that I showed you earlier, where we can stream video, where we can interact with each other, where we can sell their products. So these are things you should be able to build at the end of the training. So you learn HTML, so we'll cover all of this. You learn CSS, we'll cover all of this. You learn Tailwind CSS. You learn JavaScript. You learn React. So this is the front end. So for the person asking me about full stack, all the things I've mentioned so far, they are front end. The design part, how this website, how it look, that's the front end. So these are the tools we are going to learn to cover, to be able to build that. So at the end of the day, we should be able to build this our own website as well. Then the back end is now the functionality, the interactivity of the front end. When you build the front end and you try to log in, so let me go to Tech365/register. So the front end will be able to create a form like this, but if I fill the form, nothing will happen. So it is now the back end that will ensure that when you fill this form, the information is stored, maybe in the database or is sent to our email, and then we can respond to it. And I'm sure that you receive an email when you register for this webinar. So the way we got down your contacts, the same way you'll be able to create your own, that you can get people's contacts. Or when you build it for a company, the company can be able to get the contact of those that fill the form. So how do you get all those information? That's the backend part. So for that backend, we're going to learn Python programming that will help you to do that backend. At the end of the training, I'll show you all these things I wrote here, that we wrote here. You'll be able to say yes, yes, yes to all of them. They look overwhelming. They look that there are so many, but we'll cover them in detail. And in a practical way, They'll be able to see that I can do it myself. And not just teaching you alone, we now use it to build software so that I see how it works in real world. They will talk about SQL as well. We teach you Django, we teach you API, we teach you data structure, we teach you algorithm, we teach you system design. This is for software engineering. In software development, we don't cover system design, we don't cover data structure and algorithm, but in software engineering, we cover it. So that's what you learn under the backend. So let me go over it again. Under backend, you learn Python, you learn SQL, you learn Django, you learn API. So that's for backend. So this is backend and the front end I mentioned earlier. It is combination of both of them that give you full stack. So that can be learned within 4 months. But if you're learning engineering beyond the full stack, you need to learn data structure for engineering, algorithm, system design, DevOps, cloud computing, Linux and Bash scripting, infrastructure as code with Terraform, source code management with Git and GitHub, containerization with Docker, container orchestration with Kubernetes, pipeline with Jenkins, configuration management with Ansible, DevOps and DevSecOps, then how to use AI to build your career. So they will teach you how to apply for jobs, how to, we help you review your CV, how to position yourself, how you can make money on your own, even if you don't want to look for jobs. So these are things we are going to cover. So I hope, Glory, I hope I've covered the full stack parts. If it's not, then I can elaborate further.
Yes, yes. I got your answer. My additional question is a little concern that I have is that, like me, I'm an accountant. I've been working as an accountant for like 20 years now. My first training I did was having a diploma in computer science then before I veered into accounting. Now I'm trying to come back to that my first love again now. Now, if I now develop myself to the extent that I have the skill needed to function as a software engineer, will it be easy to go into that space, especially employers will say I don't have experience in that area, though I have the skills, but I don't have the experience. That's the little concern I have.
Okay, that's a brilliant question. Now, if you observe from what I said internship. So we'll give you websites where you can intern with companies like MasterCard and several other companies like that. So for that experience part that you're lacking, you can put that you have worked with MasterCard, you have worked with other companies that you're going to choose on that platform. I hope that helps. Two, in the process of you learning with us, like I told you, you're going to be building a lot of projects. So when we finish HTML and CSS, you will build projects. JavaScript, you will build projects. React, you build projects. Python, you build project. Django, you build project. DevOps, you build project. You know, you build almost up to 10 projects. So if they want to hire you, those projects is what you are going to use to convince them. So in your CV, you will say work experience with Tech365. You build all of these projects. So Tech365 and that 1 year you are using with us will serve as your working experience. And again, how convincing what you have built is what really matters. Because if you are able to demonstrate that you can actually do it, they will consider you. The purpose of experience is actually to be sure that you are not just someone that is just learning it and using the platform as experiment. You want to be sure that you can do it. And since you have built software that can demonstrate that you can actually do this, I believe that can convince them. In addition to you using Tech365 as your work experience and MasterCard or other companies that are going to intern with. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
You're welcome. So when you're at interview and they're asking you a question that, okay, tell us about yourself. You can say, okay, my name is Glory. I might not be able to pronounce your surname well, so just mention your surname. Then I'm a software engineer. I've worked with on a couple of projects. I remember when I was working with Mastercard, I built a payment integration for them. So you see the way you are talking, you talk as somebody that have experience in it. So those experience you have while working with Mastercard and Tech365. While I was with Tech365, I deployed an end-to-end three-tier application on AWS using Java, using Python as the backend, using React as the front end, and using PostgreSQL for the database. And I ensure that it has high availability and auto scaling so that at no point will somebody come to the platform and it will not be accessible. And even when there are too much traffic, I ensure that there's auto scaling so that I can accommodate the new traffic. So when you talk confidently that way, you know that this person knows what he's saying. And they ask you practical question that, okay, can you explain Kubernetes? Because we break it down in class, you'll be able to break it down for them. I say, okay, Kubernetes have the master node and the worker node. In the master node, we have the API server that carry out information across to other worker node. We have the scheduler that schedules things that need to be created on the server. We have the controller manager that controls all the activity in the Kubernetes node. Then we have the etcd where sensitive information are stored. Then in the worker node, we have the runtime engine that can be Docker or Containerd. Then we have the kube proxy that does the networking within the worker node. Then we have the kubectl that gives the command and instruction. So when you are talking confidently, you know that this person, he knows what he's doing. And that's why I said the training is a practical training. And I'm not just saying that just to impress you, but just because that's our approach, because that's the way you can master this concept. So I don't know if that answers your question.
It does. It certainly does.
All right.
You.
You're welcome. So do you have any other question before we wrap up the session? We have about 5 minutes left. All right. So if there's no other question.
So I'm just trying to ask, for instance, if you have a system, a Windows system, and then probably I see that in the DevOps, sometimes you use Linux system. Now, are you going to partition your system into both, the Windows and the Linux, or you just have to have a Linux computer to, treat that Linux aspect of it? So,
brilliant, brilliant. Now, with your window, you can do everything and anything. Yes, there are different ways you can use Linux on your window. You can partition it like you said, but I don't like to partition my system. So what I do instead, I do what we call virtualization. So we install an hypervisor like a VirtualBox. So the inside that VirtualBox, I'll be installing all my Linux and carry out all my Linux command, all my DevOps. I will do it inside the VirtualBox. Then when I'm done, I have my Windows back. But if you prefer to partition it, that's also possible. But after we are done, we also move to the cloud and be demonstrating them in the cloud. So in the cloud, you have access to Linux server, so which I'm going to use to demonstrate how to do it in real world. So your window is enough. You don't need Linux server, except you choose to. So your window can do everything you want to do. There's nothing we want to teach you that your window cannot do. I would just recommend that you have maybe Core i7 so that it will be fast. It will not be slow.
very much, sir. Interesting, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, Emmanuel doesn't have any question. Collins doesn't have any question. So to wrap up, like I said, our training is beginner friendly and it's very, very practical. The way we train is so that it can be job ready. If they hire you, you know what to do. If they give you tasks, you know what to do. And they will also teach you how to use AI to improve your work. People are scared. AI will take over our job. AI is meant to complement your work. Do you know the truth? People say AI can build software. It's not true. AI still needs you to guide it. So example, if I want to build a software now, I can use AI to build it because I already know how to build the software. You that don't know how to build the software, there's a limit to how you can use AI to achieve your goal. But when you have the domain knowledge, you can now easily use AI. An accountant will use AI for accounting better than I would do because the person have domain knowledge. So my own limit of accounting is limited. My own knowledge of accounting is limited. So there's limit to how well I can use it. So AI is not replacing you as a DevOps engineer, as a front-end engineer, as a software engineer, or as a data engineer, whatever role you are. Rather, it is meant to complement your work. So we're going to teach you how to also use AI to simplify your tasks. So instead of you writing the code, spending 5 days, you can do everything within a shorter time. So we'll cover all of that as well. So it's going to be an interesting training session. So I know that you're going to enjoy it. So to wrap up, so the cost of the training, so for front end, so those that want to focus on front end alone, the fee is 400,000 naira and the duration is 2 months. For those that want to focus on back end alone, the fee is 400,000 naira and the duration is 2 months. For those that want to do full stack, which is front end and back end, the fee is 700,000 naira. The duration is 4 months. Those that want to do DevOps alone, the fee is 800,000 and the duration is 3 months. Why do I want to do software engineer, which is combination of everything and even more? The fee is 2.5 and the duration is 1 year. So like I said, the learning part is 8 months, then the remaining 4 months is for hands-on, like building that project that will give you that experience. You are asking that, what if you don't have the experience? So the extra 4 months is for you to build more projects in addition to the one we're going to do together in class. So at the end of the 1 year, you should be able to work even outside Nigeria, any company, whether they're into finance, whether they're into health, education, you should be able to work in those companies. And even if you have challenges or you are stuck with the troubleshooting skill we're going to give you with AI, you should be able to know what to do. If there's any error, the AI will tell you how to fix the error, and you go ahead and fix it on your own. And if you need help, you can reach out to us any point in time. So since there's no other question, we're going to wrap up here today. You have our WhatsApp, you have our email address. You can reach out to us if you have further questions. So the next batch is starting January, second week in January. But registration is ongoing right now, so you can make part of the payments. We'll add you to the WhatsApp group. Others are already in the group already. If you pay for DevOps, there are people there already. If you pay for software, there are people there already. So we'll be sharing the tools you need to install before the training, ahead of the class. So thank you for joining. So looking forward to having you in class starting second week in January. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Have a
sir.
lovely weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll share the
Blessed
recording
weekend.
if you want to go over it on your own. So I will share the recording with you.
Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Good night.
Thank you so much, sir. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
Okay.